My name is Chris Coach B. Biffle. I'm delighted to be here with my West Virginia colleagues and assisted by the brilliant Nancy Stoltenberg. Nancy, wave at everyone. This will be a series of broadcasts describing how to create a whole brain teaching model classroom. Everybody show me with their hands how excited they are to create a whole brain teaching model classroom. We're now going to look at the book, second edition of Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. I want everyone to please open up to page IV, page IV. I'm going to teach you about the brain today, which is pretty important if you're a whole brain teacher. Here we go. Mirror my gestures, every one of you. If you're not mirroring my gestures, I will, of course, call you out because that's what coaches do. Everyone is doing this right now, mirroring my gestures. Thank you, Marcia. All right. The first part of the brain is right here. It's the prefrontal cortex. We use it for reasoning. The second part of the brain is at the top. That's the motor cortex. We use it for movement. Show me prefrontal cortex and the gesture right now. It's here and here. Show me motor cortex and the gesture right now. It's here and it's here. The third part of the brain, we're holding up 3 fingers. The third part of the brain is all in the back. This is the visual cortex. Show me prefrontal cortex and gesture, motor cortex and gesture, visual cortex and gesture. Now, in your books, I'm simply going through the diagram on page IV, and I'll show you what to write in the books, but not quite yet. All right, here we go. The next part of the brain is deep inside the brain. It's the limbic system. The limbic system is our emotions. Kids' emotions and teachers' emotions go up and down. Give me 2 thumbs up if you're aware of kids and teachers' emotions going up and down. Give me prefrontal cortex. Quickly now. Give me motor cortex. Give me visual cortex. Give me limbic system. Very good. Very good. I'm getting some. Try to mute yourself. Hang on, I'm muting people. All right, let's look at the diagram on page IV. The fifth part of the brain is in the limbic system, but it is the amygdala. The amygdala is part of our stress response system. Show me prefrontal cortex, motor cortex, visual cortex, limbic system, and inside the limbic system is the amygdala. The amygdala is activated when we want to fight or we want to flee. It's our stress response system. All right, look at the diagram. So far, I'm pretty happy with West Virginia, and it's hard to keep your coach happy, as you well know. All right, now I am to the 6th part of the brain. It's in the limbic system, but it's the hippocampus. the hippocampus generates memories. Very important to know that in the emotional center of the brain is where we're creating memories. Hippocampus. Here we go. Watch Nancy. Nancy, wave at your friends. Everybody, prefrontal cortex. Debbie, come on. Motor cortex. Kelly, keep driving. Christy, I want to see your gestures and your smile. Visual cortex. Limbic system. Amygdala, which we really have to understand, because we got kids who are fighting and fleeing. Give me 2 wiggly thumbs up if you see kids in a stress response system. Now, hippocampus. Hippocampus is in the limbic system, the emotions. It's where we form memories. All right, on your own, review those to the camera. I want to see smiles. Why? The more you smile, the better you feel. Go. Review those to the camera. Heather, good. Amanda, grade 3. I'm happy with you. Kim, keep going. Christy, good. Mariah, keep going. Don't stop, my friends. When your kids are learning, they don't stop until you stop them. All right, here we go. Now, the 7th part of the brain is crucial to instruction, and that is the nucleus accumbens. And the nucleus accumbens is activated by uncertain reward. So the nucleus accumbens, uncertain reward. We don't know if we're going to win or lose. If you've got kids who don't know if they're going to win or lose, they're paying attention. Here we go. Everybody. Nancy, you give them the list. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Coach. I got to pick up my skills after the summer. All right. So prefrontal cortex. Great job. Then we're going to the motor cortex. Visual cortex. Right in the center, the limbic system, emotions. Inside the limbic system, we've got the amygdala, the flight or freeze or forget. And then right in there, we've got the hippocampus for creating memories. I think I left something out. Oh, nucleus accumbens, uncertain reward.
Accumbens. All right. When I say huddle up, come in close to the camera. We are not going to go fast in these sessions. We're looking for the spring when we have whole brain teaching model classrooms across your district. So I'm going very slow. You have some fires you want me to put out. You have some problems that are going on right now. Let me lay the foundation first in a few of these sessions, and then we'll get to specifics. Give me 2 wiggly thumbs up for going slow, okay? Take the long view. All right, let's keep going. Now, if you have a book, you're on page IV. Watch carefully. Here is the 8th part. The 8th part is Wernicke's area. It processes language. It understands language. Show me Wernicke's area. The 9th part is Broca's area, and it's right here. Wernicke's area is a little in front, Broca's a little behind, and it processes speaking. Show me Wernicke. It's right here. Understanding language. And Broca a little bit above it, speech. Now, Everybody huddle up and listen to your coach. When I'm in tight like this, I'm making little gestures, and I want to see your gestures because I want to activate your visual cortex and your motor cortex. Wernicke's area was discovered by Professor Wernicke in World War I, which was terrible for the world, but great for brain scientists. Soldiers would come in and they could not understand what he was saying because they had a lesion or a wound here. Other soldiers would come in and Professor Broca realized that they said baba, booba, booba. They were not able to produce language. All right, here we go. Very slowly, everybody together. We've got to learn these 9 brain areas. Prefrontal cortex. Good. Motor cortex. Good. Visual cortex.
Visual cortex.
Good. You have your book, you're looking at it. Limbic system. Amygdala. Hippocampus. Nucleus accumbens. Wernicke's area. And Broca's area. If you have your books, write in at the top of the page, we've just answered our first question. What are the 9 parts of the brain? Now, what are the 9 parts of the brain? Now let's look at the parts of the brain that are crucial. Heather, unmute, and when you unmute, just say, thank you, Coach B. Now give me thank you, Coach B. I can't hear a word you're saying. All right, well, at least you got yourself unmuted. Keziah, unmute. Let's see if you can do thank you, Coach B.
Thank you, Coach B.
Everyone is doing this. We're all doing gestures together. Now, Keziah, listen to me. We have 9. Everybody make gestures because I want to activate your motor cortex and your visual cortex. Keziah, we've got 9 parts of the brain. Which part of the brain, Keziah, is most activated when we're lecturing? Don't answer. Everybody huddle up. When we lecture, it is Wernicke's area that is activated. Caitlin, listen to your coach. When you talk in kindergarten, you're just activating a small part of the brain. And Caitlin, when you look at your college transcripts that were lecture discussion and you don't remember anything, it's because all the information went into Wernicke's area. Talk less, teach more. I'll say it again. Talk less, teach more. Caitlin, explain this mind-blowing, everybody give me a mind-blowing. Come on now, people. This mind-blowing idea that if we talk less, we'll teach more. Let's see if you can unmute, girl. Go ahead. Give me a thank you, Coach B.
Thank you, Coach B.
Explain this mind-blowing idea and do the mind-blowing gesture. Go.
Mind-blowing. Well, I don't know the words to use, but the more that we talk, the more that they're going to tune us out.
Yes.
There's only one part of the brain that's being activated.
It's only, everybody make this gesture. It's only about this big. So you have kids whose minds are wandering, Caitlin. The reason their minds are wandering is you're talking too long. Amanda, grade 3, you've lived this experience of talking too much. Unmute, give me a thank you, Coach B, and just talk to me about the mind-blowing idea that the more you lecture, the less they learn. Talk about it, Amanda. Get excited, everybody. This is huge. Go.
Thank you, Coach B.
Yes.
This is mind blowing that the more that I talk, the less they would learn. I don't understand. Why can't I just talk and talk?
Why can't you?
And they won't remember what I say. And I guess it's because there's just one little part of their brain that is activated.
Now, Amanda, everybody huddle up. Amanda, you've unmuted well, so I'll take advantage of this. Amanda, listen. You're third grade. You're teaching kids that every sentence starts with a capital. They learned that in kindergarten. If Caitlin was doing her job right, let's blame it all on kindergarten. Amanda, you're teaching stuff in third grade that has been taught over and over and over. But when I say taught, I say told. Telling is not teaching. I'll say it again. Telling is not teaching. That's why you're reteaching over and over again this stuff. Amanda, again, mind-blowing idea about why you have to keep reteaching. Because it went in the little Wernicke hole. Talk about it.
Thank you, Coach B. So it's mind blowing to me that kids have been taught to capitalize their letters since kindergarten, Caitlin, since kindergarten. And I'm still talking about capitalizing their letters in third grade, but I'm talking about it too much. And the more I talk about it, and if Caitlin talked about it, and if Kim talked about it, and somebody else in second grade talked about it, then they are not going to capitalize the letters because we were only talking about it and using a small part of their brain.
Wow. Give that girl a 10-finger woo. Woo. Now, let's just use this one little example. Everybody huddle up, come in close. What is the alternative to talking about capitalization? Well, let's use more parts of the brain. A capital letter is a big letter. As soon as I do this, I've got motor cortex and I've got visual cortex. And I'm saying a capital letter is a big letter. I've got Broca's area and Wernicke's area going on. And if when I talk to my neighbor, I say, I like you. And when I'm talking to my neighbors, I'm using capital letters. We're using more of the brain. Amanda, talk about the alternative to lecturing about capitals to doing capitals. I'll say that again. Do not lecture, do. I just made that up. Give me a 10-finger woo. Do. Okay, take it back. Amanda, talk to me about doing capitals as opposed to lecturing about capitals.
Thank you, Coach B.
Yes.
Instead of talking about capitals, if we do capitals, then we are using more parts of our brain. We are not just seeing it. Whoops, this part, seeing it. We are also doing it with the motor part of our brain, and we are listening to it and say.
Now here's what's happening, West Virginia. I got some of you activating the motor cortex. I got others of you doing this, which means your mind is wandering. You're just in Wernicke's area. You've got to move to learn. When you move, motor cortex and visual cortex. All right, now, good luck. I'm going to tell you the parts of the brain. Let's see how you do. Nice and slow. Prefrontal cortex. Motor cortex.
No, I don't remember that one.
Visual cortex. If you don't remember, look at your colleagues. Limbic system. Amygdala. Hippocampus. Nucleus accumbens. Wernicke's area. Broca's area. Everybody huddle up. That is 9 brain areas with 9 gestures, with 9 verbal cues. That's 27 bits of information you just learned. Why? You're seeing and moving. Lisa, in 1st grade, explained the wonder of using whole brain teaching to teach whole brain teaching. We've just learned 27 different things, for Pete's sakes. Talk to me, Lisa, and give me the mind blowing, because I want to see everybody give me mind blowing. Come on, Lisa.
Thank you, Coach B. It's mind blowing that we can actually take those 9 things and learn 27 different ways without just being white noise.
I love white noise. 10-figure woo. Woo. All right. Now, my friends, we're on page IV, and we've answered the question, what are the 9 parts of the brain? And we've answered the question, what part of the brain is most activated in lecture? Now let's go to the 3rd question. What parts of the brain are activated in games? All right, let's think about games. You are playing tennis. When you play tennis, obviously the motor cortex is involved. Give me a yeah. When you play tennis, the visual cortex is involved. Give me a yeah. When you play tennis, you've got to figure where to hit that ball. That's the prefrontal cortex. When you're playing tennis, your emotions are really involved. Are you winning or losing? When you play tennis and you're angry because you're behind, that's amygdala. When you play tennis and you want to quit, that's amygdala. You hit the ball in tennis and you wonder if it's going over the net. That is the dopamine generator, the pleasure generator. And you're talking to yourself, come on, you can do it. Or you're talking at your opponent, hey, knock it off. And you're hearing stuff. In tennis, you're using the whole brain. I'm going to say tennis, and you point at different areas of the brain that are involved in tennis. Ready, go. Tennis. Talk about it. Make your gestures. It's whole brain teaching. Mariah, good job. Kelly, keep your hands on the wheel. Donza, let's see some gestures, please. Okay, now, Deborah Williamson, my dear friend in music. Unmute, give me a thank you, Coach B.
Thank you, Coach B.
Everybody huddle up because you're all going to wish you were Deborah Williamson. We have one of the best whole brain teachers in the country is a music teacher with over 400 students.
Wow.
I'm not saying I will, but I might give you a link to his email address and you could milk him for all of his whole brain teaching wisdom. Deborah, tell me how desperately you want to keep your coach happy. Go ahead.
I desperately want to keep my coach happy.
Very good. Now, Deborah, here's the thing. As you well know in music, you've got to make it visual. You've got to make it physical. You've got to involve speech. You've got to involve the emotions. You've got to involve reason. Music is a natural for whole brain instruction. It fits in perfectly, and we're going to give you someone who will really help you out. All right, here we go, everybody. Faster now, prefrontal cortex. Motor cortex. Visual cortex. Amygdala. Limbic system. Oh, I forgot this one. Hippocampus. Nucleus accumbens. Broca's area. Wernicke's area. Now, Mariah, unmute. Give me a thank you, Coach B. Good luck unmuting.
Thank you, Coach B.
You're so welcome. Now, Mariah, you should, everybody make my gestures because I want to involve visual and motor cortices. Mariah, you should already see where this is going. You see that if you talk less and have them play a game more, you're going to get way more engagement. In
Yes.
fact, Mariah, when kids are playing tennis or soccer, their minds are not wandering. They're on task having fun. Mariah, that's the vision. It's going to take us 9 months, but we're going to get you to a place of funtricity generated dynamos where kids' whole brains are involved. Give me the vision moving forward here, Mariah. Go ahead.
Thank you, Coach B.
Welcome.
It's mind blowing that when I can take my students' whole brain, all 9 parts, and play a game and they have fun, then they're going to activate and learn.
They will. All right, now let's go back to page IV. What parts of the brain are activated in games? All right, I'm going to say the word soccer. You touch different areas of your brain that are involved in soccer and explain it. Well, in soccer, I have to reason. Explain it. Go. Soccer. What part? And use your gestures. Good. Visual and motor cortices, Broca and Wernicke's area. I want to see smiles. Why? Because I want the limbic system involved, for Pete's sakes. Keep talking about soccer. Broca and Wernicke. Nucleus accumbens. All right, here we go. Marcia, let's try to unmute Marcia in kindergarten. Give me a thank you, Coach B. And everyone does this. Why? Visual and motor. Marcia, go.
Thank you, Coach B.
You're so welcome. Now, Marcia. In your kindergarten classroom, if you walk in tomorrow and give every kid a video game, you will see 100% engagement. And they're so involved in the video game, Marcia, they will cry if you take it away from them. Are you with me so far, Marcia?
Yes.
So a video game shows us what kids' minds are capable of. 100% engagement, never quit, never give up, learn, learn, learn. Marcia, could it be possible that a video game activates more than Wernicke's area? What parts of the brain are involved in a video game? And as you talk, Marcia, make gestures, and all of us will follow your gestures because it's visual and motor. Go, Marcia, talk about video games and parts of the brain. Go, girl. Good luck. This is a tough one.
Thank you, Coach B.
Yeah.
So when the kids are playing their video games, all 9 parts of their brain are activated. They're moving their hands. They're using visual. They have, they don't know if they're going to win or lose. They're happy when they're winning and they get sad when they start losing.
How about prefrontal cortex? Any reasoning going on in a video game?
Yeah, they have to decide what steps to do next or something to do better the next time that they play.
Marcia, did you ever notice that video games always have this wacky music going on?
Yes, I always mute that.
And did you ever notice when something good happens in a video game, the music is like boing? And when something bad happens in a video game, the music is like wah wah.
Yeah.
Video games are whole brain engaging. Everybody teach the camera. Imagine you're playing a video game and touch the parts of the brain that are involved in a video game. Go. But explain it. Don't just show it, explain it. Use your prefrontal cortex too, people.
Visually watching, being excited about it, using your, I don't know which one.
Donza, keep going. I got you, Donza. Amanda, do not stop. We learn by repetition. Nancy, take a screenshot if you haven't already. All right. Now, everybody huddle up. I'm going to make one more point, and it's about the limbic system. We hear teachers say, my kids don't care. They don't care because their emotions are not involved. That's why they don't care. The limbic system is crucial to learning. Why? That's where memories are formed. That's where we feel stress. That's where we wonder if we're going to win or not. Get their emotions and you got them. I'll say that again. Amanda, grade 3, unmute right away. Give me a thank you, Coach B, real fast. Come on, girl.
Thank you, Coach B. I'm sorry, I'm glitching really bad.
Don't worry about it. We're going to blame the glitching on, let's blame it all on Caitlin today. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, Amanda, listen. Doesn't this make sense? Everybody make my little gestures. Come on, Debbie Kelly. Doesn't this make sense to you? Thank you, Debbie. That when you have their emotions, you have them. And Amanda, I'm telling everybody to smile because the smile is the easiest way to get to kids' emotions. Amanda, would you please listen to your coach? Many of our kids are not coming from smiling homes. Many of our kids do not see very many smiles, especially from adults. If I could get Ashley to double your salary for a smile, would you grin a little bit more? That was too slow. I was going to go for a double salary, but you're a little bit slow there, girl. All right. Everybody, one last time. All the parts of the brain, go. This is 27 bits of information. Keep going. All right, let's look at page IV one more time. So we've answered what the 9 parts of the brain are. We pointed out that the Wernicke's area is the one that is most activated in lecture. That's why it's so useless. We've shown how in games, the whole brain is involved. And down at the bottom, I want you to write this with a check mark. The longer you talk, the more kids you lose, and the more blurting you generate. I'm capitalizing that. Nancy, this is brand new, this idea. Nancy, could you explain this check mark, our very first check mark in these 5-week sessions? Talk about it, Nancy. Oh, unmute. And as Nancy talks, she will make gestures. Go.
Okay, so this last point is huge right now because I'm looking at all these faces and I have the sensation that there's some blurting happening in your classroom. It's a distraction, but when kids are not talking enough, they're going to find ways to talk, and it may not be when you want them talking. So using this brain engagement, we can get that speaking generated in more positive and learning ways.
All right, Lisa, unmute. Give Nancy a 10-finger woo with a big grin, West Virginia, woo.
Woo!
Lisa,
Thank you
listen
so
to your
much.
coach. Blurting is the #1 problem in American education. Lisa, if you physically count the blurts, on a good day, you might have a blurt every 30 seconds all stinking day long. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there are ways to reduce the blurting, which I'm not going into yet. But Lisa, what I want you to do is to talk less, have them teach each other more, keep your lessons short. They want to talk. Let them talk to their neighbor about the lesson. Because the longer you talk, Lisa, I want you, everybody do this, please. Lisa, especially Lisa, because she's a big problem. We all know that. Especially Lisa. Lisa, I want you to make a big pivot. Usually we think we're the teacher and the problem is the blurting kids. Au contraire, my friends. It's the way that we're teaching that's generating blurting, for Pete's sakes. Lisa, mind-blowing that dear Lisa is a blurt generator because she's talking so much. True confessions. Come on, Lisa, give it to us.
I do. I'm working on it though.
Yes. The more you do the magic circle, the more you will reduce the blurts. All right, my friends, let's look at these 4 questions, 3 questions. Last time, pretty good session. I'll say one more thing. Everybody huddle up. Kindergarten especially, but everybody else too. Do not overpraise. Stop using wonderful, fantastic, incredible, awesome. Because if you say all day long, like Kim does, I know looking at her face because she's a sweetie pie. Oh yeah, you're a sweetie pie. Don't say you're not. Kim is someone, Kim claims she doesn't, but you guys tell me on the sly if she does. Kim, if you are not saying incredible, awesome, and amazing, you're on the right path. Because very rarely do kids say, very rarely do kids do something incredible, awesome, and amazing. So reduce the excessive praise so that it becomes real. Kim, explain to me why we're overpraising, and when we're overpraising, we're blowing up the economy. Come on, Kim, talk to me.
Thank you, Coach B.
You're
And I
welcome.
was so hoping you would never call on me because sometimes I do overpraise. I've been in teaching first grade for 20 years, so I've been praising for 20 years.
Yeah.
I think they don't hear you after a while.
Yeah.
They literally just don't hear you. And then what is the goal if they're doing mediocre work and we say this is great, are you going to get better? No, because you've praised the best and it's not the best.
Kim, I got to
So
tell you that in 20 years of instruction, you seem to have learned something. Give her a 10-finger woo. Woo.
I try to watch my praising because
All right.
I see it.
Let's talk about overpraising, and then we'll wrap this up. Everybody come in, huddle up. Here's an example. Kid does a piece of art. Instead of saying this is wonderful, look at part of it and circle it and say, give me more like this. That's far more useful than saying it's all great. Kid does some writing. Take a green marker, circle the best capital and say, give me more like this. Deborah Williamson and music, you can use this strategy all day long. Don't look at the big picture. Look at that note is exactly like I want. Give me more like that. Specify the area for improvement. All right, here we go. We're wrapping it up. I almost said a great session. I take it back. This session was very pretty good. I like that phrase, very pretty good. All right, here we go. Everybody, very pretty good. Show the 9 parts of the brain. Go. Now with gestures, answer this question. What part of the brain is most activated in lecture? Show which parts of the brain are activated in video games. Show them with the gestures, Kim. Now, point vigorously at the person in your classroom who's most responsible for generating blurting. Yeah, okay. Now this is very pretty good. All right, my friends, we're going to go slow, and Nancy is going to send a link to Ashley. I did a podcast. I want you to listen to it before next time. The podcast is What is a Whole Brain Teaching Model Classroom? That's where we're going. We're going to get there by the spring, but I want you to have the picture of where we're going. What does a whole brain teaching model classroom look like? Nancy, if you'll send that to Ashley. And that's your homework for next time. Next time, we're going to do something very exciting. Amanda, unmute. Give me a thank you, Coach B. Amanda.
Thank you, Coach B.
Now, Amanda, I want you to see your doctor before next time to be sure your ticker can handle the excitement, Amanda, of going inside Wild Jack's brain. We're going inside Wild Jack's brain next time. Amanda, can your ticker handle the thrill of that tour?
Probably not, but I'll
Probably not.
exercise and get ready.
I want to see you with an oxygen mask so you can take a few whiffs of oxygen if you get too excited. All right. God bless us all. You are a joy. Nancy, what do you think of these? They are very pretty good. What do you think of these West Virginia?
Well, thank you, Coach. I have to say that our one day in West Virginia was less than 24 hours. It was a killer. It was so thrilling. And I can tell you all the way back to California, it was chat, 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 chat. So good to see you all again in person, even if it's virtual.
All right. See you all next week. This will be the second of our 5-week sessions. We're going inside Wild Jack's brain. See you down the road. Bye-bye.